Welcome to Hey Gen Podcast. Today we're diving into the intriguing question, how does astrology work? Let's get started.
I'm really curious about this topic. So what's the main idea we're exploring?
Well, it's about integrating theories from thinkers like Caligari, Palmieri, and the Del Giudice brothers to explain the possible mechanisms behind astrology.
That's fascinating. Can you break it down for me?
Sure. So, Giovan Battista Caligari proposed that in interplanetary space, the impedance is zero, meaning
interesting.
that distance doesn't affect how celestial bodies influence us.
Wait, so you're saying that distance has no impact because of zero impedance?
Exactly. It's like the planets are connected to us without any resistance, so even distant planets like Pluto can have an effect.
That's a game changer. How does that fit with physics as we know it?
Well, it challenges Newton's law of gravitation, which says that gravitational force decreases with distance, but zero impedance suggests otherwise.
So astrology could have a physical basis under this idea?
Precisely. It provides a plausible mechanism for celestial influences regardless of distance, which aligns with astrological principles.
I see. And what about the Del Giudice brothers' contribution?
They introduced the concept of the memory of water in relation to astrology. At birth, the stellar magnetic field imprints on our water molecules, which make up over 65% of our bodies.
So, our bodies retain these cosmic imprints forever?
Exactly. It's like having an astral DNA coded into us that influences us throughout our lives.
That's pretty mind-blowing. But is the memory of water scientifically accepted?
It's still a controversial topic. Some studies support it, while others are skeptical. But it opens up interesting possibilities.
Definitely. So how does this theory explain solar and lunar returns?
Good question. Discepolo suggests that during solar or lunar returns, the celestial configurations at that moment reinforce or modify our initial imprints impacting the upcoming cycle.
I see. Kind of like updating software on a yearly or monthly basis?
Exactly. It's like a refresh of our cosmic settings influencing events in our lives.
That's a fascinating way to look at it. But isn't this all highly speculative?
True, it's speculative, but it tries to bridge astrology and physics in a novel way, which could lead to new insights.
I get that. So where do biorhythms come into play?
Discepolo connects these ideas to our natural cycles, circadian, monthly, annual, and suggests that celestial events sync with these biological rhythms affecting our physiology.
Interesting. So we're internally tuned to cosmic cycles without realizing it?
Exactly. It's like our bodies are tuned instruments resonating with the universe, which is a captivating thought.
It really is. But how does mainstream science view these theories?
Well, most of mainstream science is skeptical, often dismissing astrology as lacking empirical evidence, which creates a disconnect.
So there's a gap between astrologers and scientists?
Yes, but Discepolo argues that scientists should be the ones explaining these phenomena rather than astrologers proving them.
That's an interesting stance, but don't you think it's up to astrologers to provide evidence? I mean, shouldn't the burden of proof be on those making the claims?
You have a point there. But he suggests that since astrology deals with areas where physics might not have explanations yet, collaboration is key to advance understanding.
I see what you're saying, but isn't it a bit convenient to shift the responsibility?
Perhaps, but historically, breakthroughs often come from challenging existing paradigms, so a fresh perspective might help.
That's fair, as long as both sides are willing to engage openly.
Exactly. Open dialogue can lead to progress and maybe uncover new truths.
So, are there any real-world applications of these ideas?
Yes. Astrologers like Discepolo use them in practices like aimed solar returns, where people spend their birthdays in specific locations to influence the coming year.
Really?
It's quite popular among his followers.
That's like astro-traveling for personal benefit?
Exactly. The idea is that being in a particular place at your solar return can impact your experiences over the next year.
That's a fascinating concept. But does it actually work?
There are many anecdotal success stories, but scientifically, it's hard to prove, so it remains a personal choice.
So, we're back to needing more research and open-minded exploration.
Precisely. It's about looking beyond conventional boundaries to understand these phenomena and embracing curiosity.
Well, this has been an eye-opening discussion. Thanks for sharing these insights.
My pleasure. Always great to delve into cosmic mysteries together.